Hello, another Saturday, and here I am ready for all of you to turn up. Today we're going to talk about love. Love making. Love making is generally not about sex. It's about trying to create a union between two spirits. It's a very divine journey. It's not because every time when we talk in today's modern society, everything boils down to sex. Sex is not the only criterion in life. What's more important is, are we in love with ourselves? Do we know what love is? See, with Maituna, a lot of time the common man thinks about, because in Kali Yuga, the second half of Kali Yuga, when it was ripe, human beings started having sex more for every need they had. It was not about a spiritual connection. Because in the last, even in the 60s, it was not so bad. There was a big rush in the West. But in the East, it was still about love, about union, about family, about being together. It's a journey that you think about where you sacrifice your life and your partner does the same thing on a mutual basis, not sacrifice in terms of give up everything, but in actual fact, give up worldly, thinking about you focus more on a family rather than on yourself. That is what you give up. You give up the self to be part of a family, part of the union that you create between yourself and another. But to create this union, it doesn't happen just as it is. It has to come from you. You have to love yourself. The essence of love comes from within, not from the outer. Nobody can give you love. Nobody can satisfy your need. Whatever your need is, it has to come from within. And for that, you need to do sadhana. Nothing in this life. See, when during the other yugas where we were, if we were born then as well, which we could have, life was a lot more. There was no need. Everything was in a flow. We have forgotten that flow. We have come into the stage of need. Okay, it's like saying, when you say I love you to someone, you always think in terms of how you need that person. It's not about you enjoying to express your love and your instinct, your beauty with another person. You're wanting their beauty to make you happy, which will never happen. That is why today there's so much of divorces happening. People don't see, say a few hundred years ago, maybe not so, about even further than that, I would say maybe 1,000 years ago, women didn't have to learn how to be women. Women didn't have to learn how to love because they were loved. Women were not totally suppressed then. I would say, no, the question, not 1,000 years, because 2,000 years ago, Christianity and Islam after that came about. So the suppression started before that. when they started writing that Shiva was God and Shakti was his wife, rather than Shiva was the husband of Shakti, because she is the power. Yet in the scriptures, they make it look like she's subservient to him. In fact, in all the teachings, if you go beyond and look at it, you find that when Shiva can't solve a problem, it's Shakti that does. And on a human level, there's one saint that did that. Sarada Devi, Ramakrishna's wife, Sarada Devi. When Ramakrishna couldn't deal with the student, he would send him to the mother, Sarada Devi. And she will manage, and she will help transform the child, the disciple, which Ramakrishna himself couldn't do it. So that's the power of mother. That's the power of women. Now, you always ask, you may be wondering why I always talk about women. Because women are the first guru. Without them, we are finished. We're nothing. Without their energy, we're nothing. Now, the question is this. A few thousand years ago, the women had these energies. Now they don't have it. Because you know why? They started wanting to wear pants. They were higher. If you talk about human birth, in the early birth on Earth, the highest birth is human. And women are the most highest among the highest. So yeah, they're higher than men. They're more sensitive than men. Their kundalini can rise very fast compared to men. The energy can flow within them a lot faster. So what happened is this: they had the power that men didn't have. So they were jealous and they started suppressing women. The only way they could suppress women, they were not just jealous, they were scared. So they had to transform all the teachings in such a way that they made women secondary. So now we come to a point. If you think coronavirus is bad, the way we are going, if we allow men to run the world, they're going to keep testing more viruses. And I think there's going to be a lot more disaster than we have ever imagined ever going to have. Because if you have people like, what's his name, Microsoft, Bill Gates, and those gangs, they're going to keep testing more viruses. They want to make money. So they create the vaccines for different things. So they test viruses to see which one, how to control them. But what happens is that while they're testing it, it escapes into the atmosphere. And then it spreads like wildfire. Like, you know what happened to the coronavirus? It didn't come out of the pig's market or, the market. It came through what is this? Through a lab. So what happened? It escaped from the lab. So we have a problem. There's a lot of people committing suicide. There are a lot of people dying. Now, why are they dying? Basically because they're unhealthy. If you look at the records, you find people who are obese, people who have no, they have some addiction, or they're weak. Now, our body is perfect. Our body can repair itself when it needs to repair itself. But you need to give it energy that will allow it to repair itself. And those type of energy you can't buy by food. You can't go to the supermarket and buy, or you can't have all the vitamins and minerals and hope that alone would give. The vitamin minerals will keep the mineral supplements in your body in balance. That will keep you just healthy. But for energy, you need to create energy. Your food doesn't give you energy because they're a lot toxic. So you put in, like a lot of people become a vegetarian and they try to have a healthy meal, healthy food, but they are not healthy because when you go out in the open air, you're breathing in toxins. So at the moment, there's very little space for you other than, digging a big cave and going and seal it completely and stay underneath that. But if you don't see the sun every day, then you're also a problem. So then we come to the stage of this. Do we want to have a happy relationship with someone? So to have a happy relationship with someone, we have to be healthy. Our organs got to be healthy. Our sensual organs have to be healthy. Okay, so when you talk about love, you're not talking about sex. You're not talking about gymnastic sex. You're talking about worship. So when you want to worship the lingam or the yoni, they both have to be very clean. Because if you go to the parts of the lingam and yoni, if they smell like the toilet, you can't worship them, can you? Now, in worshiping them, you also, first thing is this, you got to keep all the openings in your body clean. That includes the vagina, the penis, the anus, everything. You can't use paper, toilet paper. You have to wash, and you got to keep it very clean. So every time you go to the toilet, you got to wash rather than using toilet papers. However organic, whatever you call your toilet paper, is still manufactured. So there's still chemicals used to have them that way, like a paper, toilet paper, to give that softness to the material that they use. So there is a certain amount of toxins in that, whichever way you look at it. The only thing that is clean enough to wipe is cotton. So you have to wash and you got to use the cotton. Then that's one thing, because that would keep your energy centers very, very balanced. Because you breathe is energy center. You open your mouth, you're breathing it into your ears, okay? Your eyes, they're all energy centers. When each one of them starts breaking down slowly, you become weak. So if you're weak, how can you make love? Because you don't love yourself enough. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I love myself." What do you know? Nah, the thing is if you love yourself, every part of your body is sacred. You will understand the sacredness of your body. You will also understand the importance of your body being clean, so that your lover has good access, he or she can please you. But if you smell like a toilet, it'll be difficult for them to please you. When they're madly in love, what they call madly in love, then they would, not worry about it too much, but eventually it'll disturb them. Then comes, how healthy is your colon? When you go close to someone, when you breathe into someone, what the smell do you have any smell, odor? If you have odor, then your colon is not clean. So your digestive system is not working properly. Then you have to make sure that you got to see ways of cleaning your digestive system. So each one of the steps we will go through I'm going to go like the Mahavidya goddess. I'm going to go through a series of steps where we talk about the different yoga practices, the different meditation practices, the different mantras, how to invoke. Now, first I'm talking about cleanliness. Then we talk about, okay, can somebody help us? Can somebody make us happy? No. That's the biggest. When you want to, don't look at a shopping list that states what type of person you want in your life. You create a shopping list for yourself. What do I want to give? You know, when you pray, you don't, I mean, people have, even when they pray, they go to God, they don't say, God, I'm happy with you. Thank you for everything you've given me. No, no, no. They go only to complain. Like when you go, I mean, for me, especially in temples, I consider most of the people who go to temples are beggars, be the millionaire or the pauper. They're all going and begging the mother, please give me this, please give me that. Oh, like the Indians, they'll say, now I have Ragu giving me trouble, can you help me? Now I have Saturn giving me trouble, can you help me? And then you find a lot of these gurus and a lot of these temples and a lot of the astrologers, they have packages. If you pay so much money, they will pray for you. Now that's a joke again. How can I eat the medicine and you get better? When I pray for you, there is an element of help that I give. But the question is this, if I want to pray for you, you've got to be connected to me. Like my students who are, not all my students, some of my students are consistently connected with me. Then when I pray for them, there is a meaning to it. But if you send your money to an astrologer to pray for you, how can he do that? And the virtue of the fact that he actually said, send me, so much money and I'll get rid of your bad times. It doesn't work. Because you can't eat, I can't eat the medicine for you to get better. You have to eat the medicine. So in that sense, you have to learn how to become empowered. In today's society, it has become very, very important that you learn to take responsibility for your life, you learn to empower yourself, and you learn to live in dignity. So first thing is this, today's homework I want you to do is create a shopping list. If you're still in the market for a lover, even if you're not in the market even if you have already a lover, don't think about what your lover can give you. Because your lover is there for you to express yourself, not for them to express themselves to you. Because what do you I mean, you can have a little bit of pleasure. Like everybody talks about, I like to get orgasm. What orgasm? When you have genital orgasm is nothing. Even the animals go for better than that. We humans, we become so bad, so limited in our capacity that we're just happy with genital orgasm when you should actually get spinal orgasm. When two lovers are together, they create real orgasmic connection with each other. Just even if they're not in the same room, same house, they're still connected. How many of you are connected to your partner from the morning you get up till the night you go to sleep? Ask yourself, okay? Ask yourself how much how well are you connected to your partner? So the question is your connection to your partner will determine how well you enjoy your life. Anyway, I'd like to say Vanakkam to everybody who's here. So you have to ask yourself, what do I have to offer? Always, even with God, you offer God love. You offer the goddesses love. Don't ask them for anything because they've given you everything. It's you are not managing yourself properly, that's all. Okay, in some societies, they never got the science available to them. But everybody knows. I mean, like in America, in all the Western countries, you all learn yoga. You learn yoga exercise, but you don't learn the principles of it. You don't learn the philosophy of it. You don't learn the rest of the yogas. Yoga is not just about physical exercise, not the gymnastic part of it, but the rest. Dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, mantra yoga, shakti yoga. There's so many yogas. I have met people who have been doing yoga for 20 years and still have never started looking at yoga properly. In my travels in the last 47 years, I have met a lot of people who lived on the surface of yoga, the gymnastics of yoga. Start being serious. Go into that. Because one of the fundamental things that people always, I mean, that is why you find the better sex workshops all over the world, including India. It's booming, making a lot of money. But a lot of them still don't know how to love. Doing gymnastics full time is not love. If you still are, when you feel orgasm, when you feel connected, and that when you're connected, a person who's connected, even when you listen to music, you get orgasm. Anything that you do that works with sound, touch, or breath, you feel that energy. You need to learn to get that. Then you find that your energy will be a lot stronger. There are students of mine, there's a student of mine. When I see her doing the mantras, I can see that growing glow in her. I think she may be there. She may be listening to me, but she knows. That essence of what you feel, that energy you feel within you is going to determine how well you're going to enjoy living. Now, for that to happen, you need to learn how to do mantras. To be, what I might do is give you some of the mantras that you can do. Okay, you do it yourself. And then you tell me how you felt. Okay? And then we would do them together. Because today I want to, because once you start, that'll be a whole session itself. Why is it not? Okay, those who are on Facebook, message me. And then I'll give, I don't seem to be able to. I think this, Mm. Okay, sorry. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to go. So what you do is, those of you who are on Facebook, now maybe I'll do this the other way around. It takes small amount at a time. So let me see a bit longer and see what happens. No, yeah. They don't make any of these packages really easy to work with. No, what did I? So if you keep practicing these mantras that I'm giving you, according to how it's been, how the tone has to travel to different parts of your body. But those who really want to learn how to do it properly should come and join me on a one-to-one lesson. I'm starting two sessions soon. One is for women who want to empower their yoni. Actually, for both women and for couples, or even for men who want to learn how to empower their partner. They can come in for the one-to-one lesson. Then I teach them, because this one, with this teaching here, I can only give you the mantras, and then I say, you hear me say the mantras, okay? But when you do the one-to-one, then I listen to you, then I correct you, and then I try to help you find your own tone that works. You see, like my voice is a tone that works for me. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. So for you, you need to find your tone. So what I teach you is only going to help you. I mean, only one tone that I make while I'm teaching on this live stream that I'm doing. This is okay. I have a minute. Yeah, welcome everybody. Greetings. Yeah, a lot of students from Goddess Temple are following me, which is good. Now, so let's come back to this. So you have to do sadhana. First, you got to create a shopping list of what you have to offer into a relationship. Then you have to create a way of love you as well, my dear. Then you have to learn a way of no, I got lost track. I was looking at the message. Now, okay, first you have to learn, you got to create a list. Then you have to work towards reaffirming the list into yourself. But before you do any of those, first you have to start creating the love within yourself. You have to have the inner smile happening. And for that to happen, You have to look in the mirror every day and say, I am an embodiment of divine love. I am the embodiment of divine love. I am the embodiment of divine love. When you do it in front of the fridge, not in front of the fridge, in front of the mirror, you have to have enthusiasm. It has to come, your voice has to be such that the sound travels into your body as well. And there is a smile in you, there's power in you. And the person in the mirror has to say, yes, I'm convinced that you love yourself. You know who the person in the mirror is anyway. So that person in the mirror has to acknowledge the fact that you're actually doing it properly. You don't go in front of the mirror and go, I'm the embodiment of divine love. I'm the embodiment of divine love. And you scratch your head and say, I'm the embodiment of divine love. That way it doesn't work. You can do it for another 100 years, nothing happens. Then you have to feel the light, because you need Shakti inside of you. Whether you're a man, woman, whatever you are, you need Shakti in front of you. Shakti is light. She's the light inside of you. And you got to say, I'm the light of the universe. I am the light of the universe. Okay, so you feel that you're the light of the universe. And then third, you've got to say, I'm the teacher of God. Because if you're the teacher of God, you're the messenger. Every word you utter would be the word of the divine. You won't be talking nonsense. So because one of the biggest problems humans have, okay, is talking bad about others. For some reason, they feel better when they talk bad about others. They think they're actually making themselves look better. Actually, they don't. They're creating more poison into their system that disempowers them. When you see love and beauty in everybody, when you see everybody is beautiful, everybody is divine, then you don't have the problem that have a problem. But the minute you see something in others, instead of seeing everything within you, right now, at this time of juncture of our life, you don't have time to think about others. You have time to think about yourself. Yes, you got to feel like a child. You got to feel, when you're in front of the mirror, you have to feel, if all the great actors and actresses, not today's actors there, the old days when they were treated more, when they act, it was like theater, live theater. The movies were more like live theater than, and they used to practice each line that they're going to speak in front of the mirror until they felt that that message was perfect. Try the message, Richard Burton, when he was not Mark Antony's speech, French Romans and Countrymen. Try that speech in front of the mirror. Try it again and again, and then you find that you actually tell yourself how beautiful you are. That was Shakespeare wrote the best sales speech that you can ever create. So have that, enjoy that beauty. Okay? Enjoy that beauty that you are. Create, awaken that person inside of you. Now, the other part of this, I like to, somebody asked, I like to do the Annapurni Mantra, okay? The goddess that nourishes you, not only in food, but also inner nourishment. So when you do her mantra, all the sounds got to go to the stomach. You go, Shri, Harim, Klim, Namo Bhagavati Maheshwari Annapurni Swaha. Shrim, Harim, Klim, Namo Bhagavati Maheshwari Annapurni Swaha. Shrim, Harim, Klim, Namo Bhagavati Maheshwari Annapurni Swaha. So if you do that, it's actually every time you sit for your meal, do the mantra and then have the meal. You find that you will actually digest the meal better, you get the best out of the meal, and your digestive system will be relaxed enough to draw out as much as they can from what you eat. In Tantra, there is a lot, every action that you do, there is the mantra for it. Every organ that you want to improve in your body, there's a mantra for it. That's the beauty of Tantra. In the old days, all cultures had that. Then the coming of Christianity, Islam took away a lot of the ancient science. And fortunate for India, Tantra never got lost. If you look at it, and the other principle is just, you may wonder why, like all the gypsies that went around the world creating wickas and all that, they all were gypsies from India who were based on Tantra. So the shamans are Tantric, most of the old ancient time, they were all Tantric. So it's not something that belonged to India specifically. It's just that in India they retained it because it was a sign that passed from family to family. Even though they were trying to prevent it, they couldn't stop because the traditional village, the village people were still following that. They could only prevent the educated, sort of the ones that learn English. They can control. And they actually, half of them think they're already white. So the biggest problem you have in India is actually the ones who learn English. Instead of using it and also keeping their own tradition, a lot of them gave up, but there's a lot also that keeps to the tradition. Because one of the most disgusting thing that I see now, in the old days, a Hindu family would never put their shoes and walk into the home. Today in the movies, they show everyone walking around with their shoes in the house. So this is where we are going. So the media, everything around you is trying to limit you, trying to take you backwards. Now you have to keep working towards going forward. Otherwise, you're going to feel the pain. Like the coronavirus has killed a lot of people. It killed people who are not strong, who are not healthy. So those of you who are doing sadhana, doing it's time that you actually take this work out to more people so that you get more people who are healthy. You have to don't babysit them. Because a lot of times you go to workshops, like I noticed one thing. A lot of people don't like me when I go to workshops that are used to Western teachers because they're used to people pampering them, saying it's okay. This is the way we go. No, that's not okay. This is the way we have to go. When it has to go, there's no pampering. So learn to do mantras, learn to express yourself. But most of all, those who want to teach, those who do facilitate workshops, you have to become serious. You've got to learn how to do mantras properly, and you teach people how to do mantras. Those who are only doing it, those who are here because of yourself, then enjoy learning how to do so you feel happy. And remember your mirror, you need passion to do well in the mantras. You need passion to do mantras in a real positive way. Okay, since I talk about mantras, let me do Kali mantra. Okay, write to me which mantra you like to do. I've done Annapurni. No, you don't want to. The fridge is good, but I think your dining table is better to do Annapurni mantra. So nobody has any requests? Okay, then I would. We have not done Ganesh mantra for a long time. Shri Hrim Klim Glam Gang Ganapadaye Namaha Om Shri Hrim Klim Glam Gang Ganapadaye Namaha Om Shri Hrim Klim Glam Gang Ganapadaye Namaha Om Shri Hrim Klim Glam Gang Ganapadaye Namaha. Once you're done Ganesh mantra, then it's good to do the three gurus, the trinities, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, and Guru Deva. They are also your inner gurus, the God within you. Okay? And for women, do you know that the three corners of your vagina, from your pubic hair to your vagina, they're all also governed by the three murtis as well, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So there is intellect there is intellect in your heart and in your third eye. So you go, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om. Then you got to call Dakshinamurti. Also your inner guru, but Shiva is the inner guru. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vitmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat. But what I like more to do is the bija mantras rather than the mantra for. When you do bija mantras, you go Om Harim Klim Hum Shrim Dakshinamurti Namaha Om. Om Harim Klim Hum Shrim Dakshinamurti Namaha Om. That one you find that the energy goes into all the different parts of your body, rather than when you do Dakshinamurti, when you do Hamsa Hamsaya Vitmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat. Now with that, I feel in my heart a bit, in my navel a lot more. Okay, if I can take, then you do Jupiter as your the planet who is in your third eye, and he's also in your second chakra. So you go Brim Brahaspade Namaha Om. You have to do the until it reaches the second chakra. Brim Brahaspade Namaha Om. Brim Brahaspade Namaha Om. So you feel the energy go from your third eye right down to your second chakra. Then you're doing it really well. Then it gives you that extra power. Now that we've done how many mantras now? Once you've done that, then you need to worship not actually worship, connect with your worldly gurus, the physical gurus, the external gurus, your teacher. Then you, like for me, I'll call upon Swami Shivananda. Om Harim. Now, in any mantra that I do, either I add Harim or Shrim. Even though Shivananda was a single person, but I still want the female in him to be available to me. So I add the Harim to the mantra, and also to give that extra energy that I need inside. When I'm doing mantra, I don't want to just do mantras for the sake of doing it, because I'm doing mantras in the sense that I'm communicating with them, but I'm communicating with myself first. So I need to be always connected to if I want my third eye to be connected to the Guru, then I have to activate my third eye to connect with the Guru, or my heart chakra to connect with the Guru. Okay, so that means I do for myself to reach them. I don't pray to them, but I call upon my Guru to be with me, be inside of me. His spirit has to enter me. Then I have Yoga Swami, who's my ancestral. He's a great master that lived in Sri Lanka. That is from my family line, my mother's side. So I call upon him. So I go, Om Hrim Shivananda Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Hrim Shivananda Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Hrim Shivananda Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. So when I do the Om and the Hrim, it connects my third eye to my heart chakra. So I feel the energy. So you have to do it in such a way that the sound of the Om and Hrim travels down. Okay. You can also do, instead of Hrim, you can do Aim, which is to do with wisdom, and to do with the third eye, and to do with Mercury as well, so which is in intellect. So there's a combination of energy that you can combine. Instead of doing Hrim, you can go Om Aim Yoga Swami Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. So the connection I'm doing is from the Om and the Aim. And then I'm just singing, like mentioning the rest of the words to form the full mantra. So the base, the one that makes my third eye and heart chakra work, is the Om and the Aim, or Om and the Hrim. Okay? So remember, when you're doing mantras, it's not about singing. It's about frequency. It's all about frequency, all about sound frequency that travels into your body. Because you don't get this type of information that often outside there. Because I've seen even great masters singing mantras on YouTube. Singing does not, it's written in the scriptures that the mantra's got to be nasal, the mantra's got to be spoken, the M has to be, the has to be done. The mantra has to be broken with the M at the end of it to be hummed all the way. The humming sound has to be there. It isn't the scripture. So the people who are singing it, they're supposed to be gurus. And they're still singing those things. Yeah, when you're doing the Mahavidya mantras, you can change the order according to how you feel that you want to do, so that you can feel like today you might want to do, like what I do is I do Kali, Matanji, and Kamlamika sometimes. Or sometimes I do Kali, Matanji, I do Kali, Chinnamasta, and Kamlamika. Depending on what you want for the day, you can do the mantras of the goddesses. Principally, I do Kali all the time. Okay? That's right. Okay. So you need to, it's not about rules. It's about sequence. It's about what you want. Each day you can decide, today I want to experience inner prosperity. Okay, I always keep one goddess that is, for me, Kali is the main goddess, okay? Anything I do, I make sure that I do her mantra. And when I go to sleep, I make sure that I do her mantra in bed while I'm trying to sleep. Sometimes I do 3, 4, and then I'm already gone, depending. But I also do, because my nakshatra, Vishnu is the deity for my nakshatra. So I do, and then I like Kala Bhairava. So I do Ganesh, Kala Bhairava, Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and then I do Mother Kali. It is not the power that comes. It is the power that you feel within yourself. But the most important, it's devotion, is that passion, is that love. Passion, love has to be the primal thing. Love is the power. Okay. Now they say passion is not a positive energy. I say passion is important in the good things and the bad things. You need passion to do mantras. You need passion to love. You need passion to breathe. You need passion for everything. So, and what you do is you convert the passion instead of the worldly things. You transform it for yourself and the divine within you. So it's no more looking for things outside of you, but looking for things inside of you. The most important thing when you do mantras, it's about invoking that is within you. There's a big difference between chanting mantras where you actually do it on a spoken word, and then there is also in singing. In singing, okay, you invoke that, you feel that love. You feel that, when you go for satsangs and bhajans and or do the hymns in the church, especially if you go and listen to the American black, go to the American black churches, you find that they sing incredible, their voice. They're really happy to talk to God. And then that is the devotional part of it. And then there is also the science part of it, which is frequency, which I like most. So they both have a place. I don't say they don't have a place. But the most important thing is to make sure that the tone works for you. At the end of it, you have to gain a lot from the mantras. Okay, anybody has any questions? Yeah, Parathan. Is it? Yeah, Parathan. Now, Parathan actually awakens everything within you. Okay, since nobody can come to me at the moment, so what I can offer is what you can do is you can learn online how to invoke the passion within you. But for those, if the times becomes good and people can come to Malaysia, then coming to see me in person and learning would be a lot more. But when I can actually send the sound into your body, I send the sound into your body with my voice, then it works 10 times faster. It can open up every channel in your body. That much I guarantee you. But you have to come with an open mind and you have to surrender to the effect. Because if you come trying to find out, two-minded, it takes a bit longer. Or if you've been hurt very badly in your life, or you have abused yourself very badly, then it might take a bit longer. But nevertheless, whatever the condition is you come with, if you learn online and you get to know me online, and then you come here, it works a lot better. Okay, the question is this: how much do you value yourself? I made sure that the fee that I charge for my online is very basic fee, which is about 48 an hour. So each week you spend about 70 US, which you probably, if you go out, you spend that much money. This is so that most people can afford me. My actual rate per hour is $135. If I went somewhere and I was teaching someone, or if I go and do a healing session, I charge anything from 135 to 216, depending on what the case is and how much energy I need to use. So here I'm giving the same thing. Every Saturday I'm giving for free. And then I also teach online, which I only charge 48 per hour, because I want people to have this. Okay? So next week we will sit down and work out what are the things we can do to better our system so we are ready to love. The energy of love has to glow, has to grow, has to permeate every cell in your body. You have to feel it, okay? So until next week, I love you all. Vanakkam. And thank you for being here. So see you next week. Thank you. Bye.